Good morning. How's everybody doing? As you can see, Lucy has decided to join us this morning. It's my little girlfriend over there. She's sleeping, but she's here. She was very active last night. She's a very active dog at night. I don't understand why, but she doesn't try to wake me up or anything like that. She just moves around a lot, stays by my feet and everything. She's very protective of me. Until she sees somebody, until she sees a big dog coming her way, then she hides behind me. But she tries. Anyhow, we have a Friday here. Now, one of the things I was looking at yesterday, I wanted to look at Pam Bondi and Christy Noem's family lives. Bondi's been married twice and is now hanging out with a single gentleman, who apparently has government clearance since he was at her swearing-in ceremony. She has no kids. Her first marriage only lasted 22 months. That guy's smarter than most of the men she runs into. He got out while the going was good. Don't know what her story, her problems are with men or anything like that. I don't really care. I think she's probably closet lesbian, judging, seeing how things are going. And her present companion is what they call a beard. You know what I mean? Could be. You never know. I love to start nasty rumors like that, but I'm not sure it's so nasty, and I'm not so sure it's a rumor. Okay. Then you got Noam. She's got 3 kids. I don't know what that's going to do for her. Her kids are going to be... She's Secretary of Homeland Defense. She's the one that's deporting everybody. So I don't know if that's... having her have kids is a really good idea, but hey, and maybe at one point in her life she was a decent individual. I don't know. She's not now, but maybe at one point in time she was. That's got to be rough when the kids going to school. I guess they have to go to special private schools that are white supremacist run or something like that. That's her. I just thought I'd let you know about the 2 bimbos. Let's see. The Justice Department jumped on this lawsuit against... Actually, it's against Governor Newman of California for the redistricting plan. Now, when Abbott did it in Texas and made it better for the Republicans down there and added seats, it was really cool. And then Newsom or whatever his name is, he decided, screw this shit. If they can do it, we can do it. And he went and even got so far as to put his proposals on the ballot, and it won. So I look at it this way. You guys ain't got a case. You're sitting there saying, well, it favors or discriminates against Latinos. The fuck do you care? Most of those people don't vote that much anyhow. You're around deporting everybody, so at least you'll know they're legal. This is one of those things that they do. They go around and it's okay if we do it, but don't you dare do it. I don't understand that. Neither one of them should have been doing it. But this is the bullshit. That goes on. This is politics. And I'm not sure Newsom agrees with everything that's going on either. I think he just wants to be president now, and he thinks it's a great opportunity for him. But if he loses, he's done. He's done it. He won't get elected to anything ever again. So it's a big gamble he's taking if he actually goes through with it. If they let him. In another story that doesn't really, they're just doing this, is that they minted their last penny. Now, everybody says, well, what's that mean? Well, what it means is that if they do away with the penny, which is what they're trying to do, I mean, there are billions of pennies out there. There are people have been hoarding pennies for years and years and years, and now they're all excited because they think they're worth tons of money, so that's going to be a joke. That's not actually what's going to happen. Only a few of them are actually worth anything, money-wise. The rest of them are just not even pure copper, I don't think. I'm not sure. The steel pennies might be worth something, I don't know. But anyhow, what happens with that is that, like I was telling you, I think I still mentioned it, brought it up yesterday, they're building something upstairs and it's annoying as hell. I don't know whether it's showing through on the video, but they're drilling sounds like they're taking a floor up. Anyhow, you get 3 for $99, which is a joke, or something $7.99, which they do because people don't like the term $8. Well, now it's going to cost $8. Might cost $8.25. You don't know. But they're not going to have pennies. So if your bill comes out to $17.36, the odds are it's going to come out to $17.40. Okay? Because that's pretty much how cash registers work. It's very difficult to, nobody's going to go down, they're going to go up. So what that means is an increase in all your prices. And, it's not too much in the beginning, but when you go to the supermarket, everything is in pennies. Every item is a penny, deals with pennies. So it could cost you, it's going to cost you money because they're going to charge you for the retooling. And second of all, the price structure is going to be such that it's going to get expensive. A little bit more. I don't know exactly how much we're talking about here. It depends how much you buy and how often you go, But things are going to get a little bit more expensive because I don't think they're going to go down. I think they're going to go up. People don't like the lower prices. They'd rather have them higher, So, but if you have certain pennies, 1945, 44, 45, could be worth between around $2.5 to $3 million. But I'm not sure what's going to happen when they do this. When they finally get rid of the penny, I'm not sure how that works. If it's still going to hold value or not. Probably, I guess. I don't know. I'm not familiar with coins. I made some money selling some silver stuff before I left, but that was pure silver, and that was just to get rid of the money. I couldn't, because it was weight. When you're packing to leave a country, weight is important. All right. Basically gave away my comic book collection. Very upsetting about that. But that's, something I can live with. I just wish I could find some American comic books to read, so I don't have to keep buying graphic novels. They get expensive after a while. And I run out of room. Alright, that takes care of the penny. Now, I'm not sure exactly what's being said here because I really didn't read any articles. I just read the headlines and some quick first few lines or something. But Megyn Kelly's making an ass out of herself again. Apparently, Jeffrey Epstein may or may not have been a pedophile by Megyn Kelly's standards. But there again, this is Megyn Kelly's probably a closet lesbian, and she's trying to draw attention away from herself, you know. Or maybe she's a closet pedophile, and she's trying to draw, attention away from herself. Trump's trying to do that. I'm not so sure he's a pedophile. When I think of pedophiles, I think of people that grown men, over in their 20s and whatnot, chasing around after, I guess you say babies, 9-year-old kids and stuff like that. I think, I'm not real sure how this is going to go over with people, but a 12-year-old and an 18-year-old are somewhat, that combination in some states is actually legal. I don't see it. My problem's always been, how can a 30-year-old man have an interest in a 6-year-old child, male or female? The physicality of it astounds me, and I can't deal with it. It just makes me sick. I think as people get older, he was messing around with 14 and 15-year-old girls, and I got to tell you, I've run into that. I ran into that one time. I ran into a girl that I knew from my apartment building in a bar one night, where I worked, and I was the bouncer, and I walked over to the bar and I saw them serving these girls, and I knew these girls were 15 years old. But the bartenders and the guys that were hitting on them had no idea. So I had to get them out, And it was just, they had false IDs and everything, and I kind of ruined their night, but I mean, that's life, So, took care of that, but I mean, I that upsets me, but doesn't make me throw up, A 20-year-old or an 18-year-old and a 6-year-old, whatever, that makes me want to throw up. I can't deal with that, So I mean that might sound strange. It might be a little bit different or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm pissing some people off. I don't mean to. I'm not going to sit there and defend people that are pedophiles to any degree. Trust me, I won't do that. But hey. I do understand that it can be very difficult. What can I tell you? Anyhow, those are the prepared stories I had. We have Colombian Independence Day coming up Monday, or Women's Day, I'm sorry, Women's Day. I don't know whether it's the international or it's just Colombian, but you guys gotta go out and treat your girlfriends right this weekend and everything. Be cool, man. Do something right for a change. It's it's the thing. I don't understand guys beating up women. Not because women. I know women that can beat up men. I mean, then they don't look like they could. They're just martial artists and other things, and they just know how to, kick field goals. So it's, I know I've seen it happen, and I don't get it. That's not right. But I've seen there used to be a couple. I'm sure there's one now, but there used to be a gang in New York that was made up of women, and they would go around and rape men. Now, a lot of guys are sitting back when I say rape men and going, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. No, it don't. Wake up, assholes. Treat women with respect. And if they don't, if they're crazy, get away from them. Don't beat them. Just leave them alone. You know, don't just go away from them. You know, they have their own problems. You know. All right, coming to the end of the show today, so get out there and subscribe real fast. You know, hit that subscription button, and you can get some more boring shit thrown your way. You know. And don't, you know, if you're upset with my profanity, well, go to church and, you know, wash your hands, whatever, in holy water, I don't know. Because that's me, you know. Sometimes there's just nothing else that fits, no words that fit in a certain description, you know. It's like movies, you know, you watch a movie with a scene in it, and you know damn straight that this guy saying "oh gosh" there's no human being on the planet that's going to say that in that particular situation. And you're sitting there going, this guy's really means to say "oh shit" or "oh fuck" or something like that, you know. I just think certain words that there's a time and place for everything, you know. And my problem is sometimes I just can't express myself eloquently, so I revert back to my natural self. All right, so hit the subscribe button, comment, like, whatever you want to do. Here's one for you. If you really don't like me, you know, just print out my picture from the internet and throw darts at it. You know, that's cool. At least you're showing you're paying attention to me. Okay, that's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll do football tomorrow. All right, take care.